Hi guys! Welcome back to more OST reactions. Today we're looking at an OST that I have been longing to check out ever since one of my first videos. You guys have been, commenting this OST here and there, and I don't know much about it honestly, other than that it was written by the man who composed the Sonic R OST, Richard Jacques. And this OST is for Metropolis Street Racer. So from what I understand, Richard Jacques is known for being quite a musical chameleon, and he's able to compose a wide variety of music just based on, his Spotify and what I've seen of him. Like, there's so many different styles that he has written. I found this article on redbull.com of all places where they're talking about Metropolis Street Racer. I thought that this part was sort of interesting and relevant. Composed by longtime Sega collaborator Richard Jacques, Metropolis Street Racer's music revolved around the notion of radio stations, each with its own style of audio. Fictional DJs would chat in between each song, and it's a testament to Jacques' immeasurable talent that each track sounds totally different. It's not hard to imagine many players blasting through the game blindly, assuming that its music was the work of a horde of artists and not just one. So yeah, that was news to me. I couldn't find a ton of articles about this soundtrack, as I tend to kind of try to research a little bit before I jump into it just to know the vibe. The only thing I had really heard from this, I had heard a clip of one of the songs from this game, and I remember it being sort of a 90s pop house sort of track. So my understanding was that that was just what the soundtrack was, but as written here, it seems that Jacques has composed a wide variety of songs. I'm guessing you switch through the radio as you're driving and you're able to go to the radio station that you want to listen to, the particular genre that you prefer. So I think that's super interesting. I'm excited to see what exactly he thought up when he made this soundtrack. I know this game it's remembered very fondly by a lot of people, for people who had a Dreamcast, but I also know that it didn't do the best. I don't even think they released it in Japan because the Dreamcast was kind of dying out at the time that this was released. Regardless of all that, I always see it talked about very highly. I think you can't go wrong with a 90s, 2000s racing game. Alright, so the first one here is called Am I Only Dreaming? I believe this is the one I heard a snippet of. This is from the London Underground radio station, so let's start with that. It looks like there's at least three tracks for each radio station. Oh, and also TJ Davis is also featured on this soundtrack. If you've heard the Sonic R soundtrack, you know her voice. She is just like a 90s pop dance vocalist legend that is so slept on, and I absolutely love her voice, so I'm pretty sure she's featured in this first song, which, by the way, this is a jam. I can already tell. That pad and that bass, wonderfully 90s house.
When we first got together, everything felt so right. You said you wanted to be.
Isn't her voice just amazing?
Said you wanted to hold me tight. But after all is said and done, where do I go from here? I thought my life.
It's definitely reminiscent of Sonic R. This wouldn't be out of place in Sonic R. But I think it sounds a little more mature. Such great chords. So I feel like you didn't get a ton of composers back then who wrote this style, and the fact that Richard Jacques can, write in all kinds of styles, but particularly this 90s style of pop music, it's just a talent. He just makes such good vibing songs. Nice backup vocals too. Yeah, this is like I said, reminiscent of Sonic R, but I think it also sounds like a little sexier and more mature, you know? The next one we have is called Heartland, on the same radio station, the London Underground. Got a nice pretty pad. Just the percussion part is kind of garagey. We'll see if it kind of kicks off. We're still at the intro. This is just kind of ambient and repetitive, but I guess if you're driving, it could kind of be a nice background music. Give me more of that bass, please. I feel like something's gonna like happen. Maybe. Soon. I don't know, I keep thinking it's gonna go in a different direction, but... yeah, with this kind of bass, it doesn't even matter what's on top of it. The percussion is so like, you know, UK garage, speed garage. A little more repetitive, but not a bad track at all. I definitely prefer the ones with TJ Davis because, I mean, she's a legend, paired with Richard Jake's compositions. Absolutely amazing. This one's very interesting. Very different from the other two. Oh my god. This brings me back to the early 2000s, man. That techno. It sounds like the song Raver's Fantasy. I used to love that song. Same kind of sound. You could like rave to this for sure. It's kind of slow rave. I think that one has very much of a more like classic kind of racing game vibe, you know what I mean? Just kind of cool background music. That particular sound I feel like is always used in like racing games. The wow, wow, wow. So we got a new radio station next. I want to see what else he can dish out. So the next one is Capital Jazz, and I think I'm gonna like this based on my tastes. Y'all know I'm gonna like this. Good start. And this is very 90s jazz too. Okay, this is more of like smooth jazz, which is not as much my preference, but I still like it. Actually, nice little groove. A little Steely Dan-esque, I must say. But then this is like airport music, kind of. You know what I mean? Not that that's a bad thing. I still think it sounds awesome. I think it just sounds kind of outdated, like it sounds very 90s. So it reminds me of like early mornings at the airport or like elevators. God forbid I say that, but I like it. I really do. I think it's cool. I'd happily listen to this while I'm driving. I think it's really sweet that he can, you know, compose all these different kinds of music, but it's like clear he has such a good understanding of like jazz and, you know, the more complex stuff that I feel like would be a lot harder to write musically. Clearly he is killing it. Ooh. Yeah, hell yeah. Awesome horn part here. And this could easily be like a vocal theme. If this melody was like, you know, had some lyrics attached. It's very like feel good. I just love the horn part. It adds so much character, you know, when you throw in a horn section. It kind of reminds me of like Chicago, something like that. Wow. Great trumpet solo. That honestly is such a cool song. What a great song to like drive during the night to. Ridge Racer R4 has some great driving music, but this is like a little bit more chill, you know? These are all cool. Such good writing. Great rhythm there. Hell yeah. Give me a trombone solo over any other instrument, man. Okay, sax is good too. They're kind of just trading fours. I really liked the underground channel as well, but the Capital Jazz channel is probably my favorite so far. Predictable. Speaking of trombones, I recently had the pleasure of meeting Mr. Steve Wiest, a legendary trombonist who actually played with and arranged for the Maynard Ferguson band. He was so freaking funny and charismatic and just like a great guy, honestly, really talented. It was so fun to hear him play live and meet him. Just thought I'd throw that in there, my little jazz trivia of the week there about my life. Let's move on to the West Central 1 channel. Don't know what kind of genre this will be, but let's see. This one's called Live Your Life. This is like 90s kind of rock. I haven't really heard much from like Oasis, but this sounds like Oasis to me. I'm assuming it's supposed to be kind of a parody too. Like it's supposed to sound like bands that were big at that time.
Maybe I should say to you, wake up, that's all we've gotta do. You've gotta live your life for today and not tomorrow. Live your life through the sadness and the sorrow.
Yeah, I think he's very good at mimicking that style of kind of alt-pop 90s rock music. Well, clearly he's good at mimicking everything, though. I was never the biggest fan of this particular type of music, but I think it's cool that he really emulated that style with this song. I think it's very recognizable as like Oasis or a band similar to that during that time. Sounds very hopeful. More vocals. There's a lot of vocal tracks. This is kind of just a standard kind of pop song. It's kind of cheesy, like the way it's written, but I'm sure that's on purpose. I think that sounds exactly like the kind of stuff that I would hear in the late 90s and early 2000s if you just turned on kind of the pop, more of a mellow kind of pop, but pop nonetheless. And the next one is called Come On Baby.
Hey baby, I wanna show you something.
Okay, this is like disco. Nah, I love me some disco, honestly. I don't care if it sounds cheesy. The vocalist sounds very cheesy, though. Okay, no, he's good.
There's something that I wanna say to you. Why do you just criticize everything I see?
These all have, like, lyrics. Oh, that was pretty changed.
Let me show you just how I feel. We don't have to be apart, 'cause this could be a new start. Come on, baby, tell me what you're doing tonight. Let me come around and make you feel alright. We could have a party or go dancing all night. Just let me show you what you mean to me.
I feel like he loves to do on these kind of 90s pop jazz inspired songs. He loves to do the where everything kind of goes down a half step and it adds just like this renewed energy to the song. I think the lyrics are kind of funny, like it kind of gives away that it's a like not a real song. Because some of these, like the ones above it, I would believe if you were like, yeah, that was a song, like that was a real song in the 90s. This one sounds a little more like a game song, but nonetheless, the composition's actually pretty cool and fun. I like the disco funk feel on it. All right, let's move on to the rock station, San Francisco Rock. I like how we're getting a taste of every genre. I mean, that's pretty rare with soundtracks. This sounds legit so far. Sounds like Crush 40. Doesn't it sound like Crush 40 kind of? High key. Or maybe just hard rock kind of sounded like this during the late 90s. Yeah. Those harmonies, man. His lyrics are silly. But honestly, completely legit sounding. Honestly, pretty cool so far. The backbeat makes it a little bit more heavy metal, punk rock sounding. Wouldn't be out of place in maybe like Shadow the Hedgehog, something like that. I guess there's no lyrics for this one, no vocalist. And we're in halftime now. And we gotta have a face melting solo. Like, this to me isn't nearly as impressive as the jazz songs, but at the same time, it's the same one single guy writing all of these songs. That's what you have to remember when you hear these. Because they're all so different, like how? And it's a shame that this game wasn't like bigger, because I feel like the OST has so much love put into it, you know, so much creativity. But I'm glad I'm hearing it now, I really am. I had no idea it was like this. That one was a little more like kind of background music-y, generic rock sort of sound. So cool nonetheless. And the next radio station we have is the Roadhouse. So this sounds like it might be country radio. I'm scared. Real ones know I'm not a big fan of country. One of the few genres I don't listen to. But honestly, like... Sorry, the vocalist threw me off. Some like country rock and stuff like that, like the Eagles and stuff, I can appreciate. It just kind of depends.
I woke up this morning, saw you there. I thought this couldn't go on, it's just not fair. I wanted to tell you, but didn't know how. I knew that I had to make some changes. Well, I don't need your lies anymore. So you can pack your bags, get out the door. Seems like I've been
Never heard TJ Davis on this sort of sound. It works though.
So don't wait till tomorrow comes, 'cause I'll be long gone. Don't wait for the rain to fall.
This is so freaking so reminiscent of country rock that I used to hear on the radio
'Cause I ain't
when I was a kid.
Can't you understand that I won't be around no more?
Richard Jacques obviously did his research, man. Okay, is this gonna be like a blues, I'm guessing? Yeah. We got a singer on this one? 1, 2, 3, go! No singer. But we got a soloist. Very generic blues, what can you say? It sounds like a blues. Good job. Okay, this is like bluegrassy, kind of.
Well, I met a girl named Mary Lou. Her dress was green, her eyes were blue. I said to her, hey darling, look at you.
I like this actually.
She smiled at me, she looked so fine. Her shapely body was
He has a nice voice.
I couldn't help but look at her.
And it sounds like he actually has a bit of a southern accent, but I don't know if that's legit.
I said, of course, my love, now don't despair. With that, she sort of grinned at me. She put her hand upon my knee. I thought about how lucky I
Let's get some 4-part harmony on the chorus. Oh, no. I thought it'd be kind of a Oak Ridge Boys moment on the chorus, but that's okay.
Cause it was such a great relief to have her say she'd marry me at all. So then we went to celebrate, got back home at 8:30. Then we went to bed to procreate. Well, it's a long, long road to nowhere.
Great lyrics, honestly. I think that one's pretty, like, humorous because a lot of pops or a lot of country songs tend to like tell this whole story, and sometimes they're kind of funny with the way they do the lyrics, and I feel like that's completely spot on. So cool that he can write country too. So next we got the K-Vibe radio station. I'm not sure what K-Vibe is. I don't think it's Korean vibe, K-pop, K-Vibe.
Ha! What? Ha! Ha! Come on!
Ooh,
Just cruising.
hell yeah. It sounds like an inflow song. Got that 90s vibe.
Alright.
Okay, let's go.
Well, excuse me, sorry, but I didn't mean to trouble you. I was just cruising along in my BMW. When I saw you driving by, you caught my eye, and then I thought, why are you on your own, all alone? Talking with someone on the end of
This guy's gotta be British.
Just waiting for you to get home. Ha! Girl, I should have known. So what's the deal between you and me? Can we get together, watch TV? I know there's a place that you'd rather be, where the money means nothing and the drinks are free. Let me take you there, no need to be aware. Come on, yeah, let's get it on tonight. Well, alright.
Alright.
Yeah, know what I'm saying? Woo! It's like that. All night, baby. Come on. I gave you plenty of room, lots of leeway. We drove for a while, not more than a mile. Keeping in touch, talking on the mobile.
I like the lyrics.
When we got to my mansion, the only thing that I could think about was expansion. We went into the kitchen and I poured some wine, and I thought to myself, ha ha, girl, you're mine. I told you to undress me, caress me, try to impress me, but just don't possess me. Do what you wanna do, anything you want to. That feels good. Please continue. Forget about him, now he's out of sight. Hey, it's me, I'll make it alright. So come on, why don't you turn out the light and let's get it on tonight. Come on. Huh. Say what? Say what?
This sounds
Let's
so
get it
freaking
on
good.
tonight. Come on, woo. Let me hear it.
I thought it might have been like a in the house like carpet moment, but I think the lyrics are pretty darn good.
Verse 3.
Verse 3.
Early the following morning, the day was dawning. I got up yawning, saw you lying in my bed, scratching your head. And then you said to me,
Where are you going, honey?
to make some money, I replied. What's so funny? You looked at me with the smile on your face like you wanted something, another embrace. So I paused for a minute to say goodbye. I really didn't want to make you cry. I left for work about 9:30. Forgot about what I left behind.
That one was so freaking killer. I mean, look, I'm a jazz girl, but that was just had such good flow and was written like exactly like a really cool kind of R&B pop rap 90s song. Absolutely killed it with that one. That's a favorite for sure. Really nice R&B sound. Yeah. I'm a sucker for 90s R&B.
Baby, I just gotta know. You show me what you feel inside. Sugar, I just wanna know. Is there anything that you have got to hide? 'Cause I want you every day. I'm so alone when
This vocalist is nice too.
Why don't you come around and see me so I can show you how it used to be? You can love me like this, you can love me like that, you can love me any way that you choose to do. You can do me like this, you can do me like that.
Yeah, just her like voice, the way she sounds, and then the backup vocals. It's so much like R&B at that time. I would absolutely listen to this, unironically. Super solid pop R&B track. Damn, man. Great chord changes. Got a 90s beat.
I don't know if I want you, don't know if I need you anymore.
Wow.
I don't know what I'm doing here. It feels like I've been here before. Can we try to make it right? Come on, baby, hold me tight. We can be together every night. Try to look into your heart, baby. Let's make a new start. Do you want to see us
Man.
fall apart? Time keeps telling me to keep on waiting, but I just don't know how.
I don't have the words, man.
Carry on.
This one's so good.
I keep thinking that you might be missing me, but how can I tell when you're gone?
Her voice reminds me a little bit of one of my favorite artists ever, Kevin Leteau. She's kind of like adult contemporary, but she's very heavily jazz influenced, and she was big in the 90s. Her stuff was less pop, you know, didn't have this kind of beat.
After all
But I don't know, TJ Davis's kind of timbre reminds me of her. And so it gives me this really happy feeling when I hear it. And of course I associate her with Sonic R, which of course is all good memories. Okay, this is the J-Mix Tokyo station. Yeah, it's good. Wow. I keep saying wow, but I mean, the chords are so tight, man. Like, the composition is wonderful. How can you listen to this and not, like, smile? It's so beautiful. Okay. This chord progression. It's so good. The chorus part is just so feel good. And the horn parts just make it all the more cool. I really like that one a lot. That just made me feel so happy. All my worries are gone now. Okay. He knows how to write horn parts. This was just an instrumental, seems like. But still really amazing chord changes, like... This one's giving Sonic more. I think because the lead sounds kind of Sonic-esque. Yes. Had to have a solo. Another absolutely rad song to listen to while you're driving at night through the city with the windows rolled down. It's kind of a mild summer evening. Absolutely perfect for that. And it was called Freeway, so that's very fitting. Again, this one's giving Sonic R. Obviously the percussion is very 90s sounding, but it's such a fresh kind of song. Like this sounds like something from like Red Velvet or something. That might be kind of obscure to my particular audience. But I don't know, like kind of that sort of pop song. Like this kind of chord progression is so prominent nowadays. Next radio station is called Yamanote Broadcasting. Yamanote. I don't know if it's supposed to have a Japanese pronunciation. Pretty cool. Got a 90s feel, but dang, really cool changes. Sounds so like encouraging, you know? I think this one could have been like a little bit dull, maybe a little bit boring, but I think the changes like throughout made it really fresh and it was still really cool to listen to. I'm not really sure what kind of genre that would be classified as, but it reminds me of like 80s, 90s kind of what you'd hear in like an 80s or 90s kind of feel-good movie, something like that. I love this particular genre of his compositions. They're so spot on and cool.
Some people wonder why everything in life passes them by. They don't understand. Nothing's gonna change unless you wake up. Put your fears away.
Ooh,
'Cause it's a brand new day.
love the harmonies on her vocals.
Wipe your tears away.
Yay.
And the good times will be here to stay. Come on, people, listen to your own state of mind. Don't you even worry about the things you left behind. Look into the future and these feelings you will find. You have got to move on, it's your own state of mind. It seems like
I love this, man. You know, the most depressing thing is I saw this on Spotify, but it says it's not available for me for some reason. Like the songs are all grayed out. I don't know if that's because that I'm in America or like, I don't know, maybe it's just not available anymore. But nonetheless, I'll put them on a playlist on YouTube so I can listen to them because they're so chill, they're so fun. They're just so great when you want to hear that kind of 90s pop music, but also with that jazz influence. This sounds like maybe Cascada or something. Doesn't it? It's like trance music. Techno. Natalie Horler's gonna belt it out in a minute. Yeah. Oh my god. Can we just play an AMV over this music? This is the shit that I listened to when I discovered the internet and I was, you know, going through Newgrounds and other websites I shouldn't have been on. The echo piano, so trancy. I love it. Man, but at the time, this shit was the, like, thing. This was what people were listening to, you know? I love that there's a trance song on this soundtrack. I mean, how many games actually have this sort of trance music on it? Do you know of any others that have it? Because I feel like that's such a rare kind of phenomenon. And our last station is from Tokyo with an I-O, Tokyo. Oh, I think this is the one that I've heard before. Or at least I've heard kind of the intro and maybe the verse, but it's been a while. Yeah, because I was under the impression the whole soundtrack sounded like this kind of music, and it's so much better than that. It's so much cooler that there's so much variety. Hell yeah. TJ Davis sounds great on everything, but like these house tracks, that's where she shines, in my opinion.
When I'm thinking about you, there's some things I need to know. Why don't you tell me about it? There's so much you need to show. Open up your heart to me. Let me in so I can see. Let me in your
See?
life.
He went down.
I will set you free.
It's so great though. I love when they add that in.
I don't know if you love me. I don't know if it's true. I don't know if you want me to spend my time with you. I wanna know if you need me. I wanna know how you feel. You gotta come on and tell me. Show me your love for real.
It's so sexy, so catchy. The chorus is always banging in all these songs. Okay, this kind of sounds like the last one. Got the hi-hat and the clap. Yeah. More of that trancey kind of feel. Kind of just building off that initial part. That one was pretty hype, like I said. I'm always open to hearing this kind of techno trance stuff. So I feel like it was kind of a short-lived genre. It's very dated now. Although I do hear it coming back into kind of modern pop these days because, you know, everything gets recycled at some point. But I think it's very cool that they incorporate it into this VGM. And it makes sense because it's supposed to be like a radio station of the hot songs, so... Okay, we got some breathing. Passionate breathing. This is sounding trancey too. Okay, there's a moan. Is there gonna be singing or is it just suggestive noises? Okay, that's very different. Yeah, I think this fits with the time. I'm not a big fan of like the auto-tune, but I know that that's pretty legit for... Oh yeah. I don't like the sex noises though. Oh my god, the moaning is too much, man. It just sounds like porno music. Alright, I'm sorry, but I didn't like that one. The moaning was just too much. Like, maybe if there was no auto-tune and no sex sounds, I would have liked it a little more, but everything else was pretty top tier. I knew I would like the kind of jazz, you know, house stuff, but the one that came in clutch was Let's Get It On Tonight, that sweet-ass rap song. Super cool, great groove, and honestly, absolutely loved pretty much everything on this soundtrack, as I thought I would. Again, it was just so cool that there was so many different genres in one OST. Not often that happens, so props to Richard Jacques, props to TJ Davis, and everyone else who worked on this super cool, really timeless sounding OST, honestly. I'm going to revisit it a lot and re-listen to a lot of these songs. But in any case, I hope you guys enjoyed checking this out as much as I did. A lot of you guys already suggested this, so I'm sure it was kind of just a trip down memory lane, but hope you enjoyed the revisit if that's the case. And thank y'all for hanging out with me tonight, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!